No, are we doing bottom two? Our bottom two?
Yes, we're doing the bottom two. Because even though
I can't pick
just
a
one
bottom
is
two.
going to... No.
I know, but I...
No, not me either. I mean...
I can pick a bottom one, but that's it.
The ones I picked don't deserve to be there. Because
No,
no one
see,
deserves
that's
to
the
be
thing.
there. I can't.
This was a round where everybody deserves to kind of be
Yeah.
where they are, you know, and stay here. But
Yeah.
and then we have two that are MIA, and it makes it more difficult because, you know, they might have been like, we always know that we get a really good performance from Sam, and he may have been a spoiler for one of the other ones that I was going to keep in, and so it's getting harder now. I don't like harder. I don't like that. I want it to be easy choices.
Anything can happen in this show, clearly. So
Yeah. See, I can't.
I really believe in Iris too, but I don't know what's gonna happen
I just
with her.
can't.
So. But even if they don't submit, we still have to let go one just
I
to
know.
make sure the competition is getting somewhere.
It's just hard.
Are you ready to post?
No, because
No.
I only know maybe possibly one that I could possibly put at the bottom solely because of one reason, and it is like the most nitpicky reason in the entire world, and this one does not really deserve it. That's that's all I can do. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
same
don't know.
here. Same.
Okay, this sucks.
But we have to do it.
This sucks.
Yes.
This absolutely
This
sucks.
is definitely the hardest round so far.
All right, I'm just gonna go
I'm
for
not
it.
happy with my choice.
All right, I
But
don't have.
are you
a
posting two now?
Yes, I have a second one.
I'm gonna have to pick somebody randomly for one of them, and then I don't know.
Randomly?
I mean,
Jeez.
guys, the people that I'm choosing right now, literally, it's just random because I don't know. I can't do it. I just can't. I don't think anybody deserves to go. But okay, I'm ready.
Well, we're gonna talk it out anyway. So
Okay, I'm
yeah.
ready. Okay.
So are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Really?
Oh wow.
Really? Are you guys on crack?
Are you on crack?
Seriously?
I am
no.
clean.
I mean,
No drugs.
I can't understand the Scott argument here because he didn't really pick a song where he showcased a lot of range and everything. But
yeah.
have you ever heard someone sing Rammstein in this competition before?
No.
No. When's
I
that?
thought we weren't taking previous instances of the competition into consideration.
No, but at the same time,
But-
he is bringing something very unique to the table. He is our rock singer. He is our... I mean, he can be a star, I really believe, this time. This is very much different from last time, even though I'm not taking that into consideration, but I still remember that. So I'm now hearing someone who I truly believe could win this season.
Yeah.
Because he has that talent, he has that grit, he has the range, he has the power, he has pretty much anything,
See,
I believe.
I have a hard time. Okay, because
So I'm not gonna vote out the next Rammstein. That is not happening. You're gonna have to outvote me in that case.
for me here, I'm just going to go with Ginga appears on 2.
Yeah.
And I completely don't agree with that. I don't think that Ginga deserves to be there. I think Ginga needs to be in the competition still. If I had to... See, I don't really want anybody to go, to be honest. Like I said, it's a difficult... I will kind of like argue my point with Phoebe because I had to pick somebody for some reason. And if I had to pick somebody, my thing is, again, I think Phoebe is literally, I think she could become the next J-pop star. I mean, just go to Japan and get a record deal already because I think that you could be better than some of the ones that are already out there. But in terms of the competition, and I remembered the last time Phoebe appeared in the competition too, we said the same thing, was the versatility was going to be an issue. It was always going to be kind of like that same sound brought to every song, brought to every genre. And so if I had to pick somebody, I would say who's going to give me the versatility, who's going to give me the different range, who's going to give me something a little bit different each time. And I can't see that being Phoebe. I mean, maybe Phoebe can pull it out and bring something different to the table, but for me, judging from what we've gotten so far this season, I just don't see the versatility coming into play. And that's why I had to pick Phoebe in one of my bottom 2. Not because I think she deserves to go, but just because if I really just had to put my mind to it and say, okay, we absolutely have to let somebody go, me personally, I think it would be somebody that's not going to give us that different versatility and to show that they can think outside of the box and maybe go a little outside of their comfort zone. So
I actually agree with you, Andrea. I did consider voting her out just because in the 3 rounds so far, she hasn't given us the versatility.
Yeah.
But am I willing to take that risk and put her through to the next round, given that she could show her versatility next round?
But you're willing to take the risk on getting rid of Ginga, who's been a proven performer.
Yeah, well, but Ginga has also had consistent pitch issues. This is not the first time I have pointed out she has been flat in her performances, or their performances. And just compared to the other entries, this wasn't as professional sounding because of that. Ginga knows how to win this competition because they have won it before.
She won. Or Ginga won before, yeah.
And I don't think this is really proving that again.
I disagree on that. I still think I don't think Ginga should go at all, because Ginga has proven that they're a performer and that they can pull this off. And I firmly believe that if we're looking at versatility, if we're looking at, like, if we come into the musical theater, I still think they've got a far better chance at showing us something really special. Whereas I still think Phoebe is going to give us that real beautiful, I mean, absolutely gorgeous, but that soft J-poppy sound. And then we're going to have already eliminated a performer that we know is going to bring us something. And I don't know if I can live with that. I don't know.
I know.
Like I said, I can't get rid of anybody. I hate this. I hate this.
I know that Ginga can bring it, but are they going to be pitch perfect? I don't think so. Phoebe is going to be pitch perfect because, as opposed to last round, she has been pitch perfect every time I've heard her.
Okay, pitch perfect, yes. Okay, maybe pitch perfect. And then watch the next performance will be the one where everything is just a disaster. But let's say pitch perfect. Okay, but it's still going to be the same sound. It's still going to be J-pop, and then it's still going to be J-pop, and then it's still going to be J-pop, and then it's still going to be J-pop, and it's still going to be the same. Whereas Ginga, they have this unique ability to just kind of fit whatever genre you're trying to put them in.
Yeah, but at the same time, Andrea, didn't you say last season in the final deliberation that you wanted to hear someone who puts themselves into their performances, that we can hear what kind of artist they want to be? I know.
But there's a difference between putting yourself into a song but then just being the same old. I mean, you can be who you want to be as a performer without being consistently the same.
Yeah,
and every song sounding like just the next verse of the same song that you just finished.
Yeah, well, I am willing to take that risk because next round Phoebe is going to be forced to show that versatility, or she's just gonna be eliminated in the next round. She has one of the most unique voices I have ever heard in this show, and I think that should be held on to. She is our J-pop star. And one thing I really love about Phoebe is that I have never been a J-pop fan, but she makes me love J-pop just because of her voice.
Like I said, I like J-pop, and I think she's got I think she could really actually hit the J-pop charts. But at the same time, in this competition where you're asking for versatility, I still think Ginga is the one who absolutely has it. And I think Ginga's the one who's got that rock, that grit quality, the J-rock, and the musicality. And I think she's got just as much to offer. And which is why this sucks ass, because I don't want to lose either of them, because I think Phoebe's perfect. I think Ginga is perfect in their own way. And I just think that, I don't know, I hate all of this, and I hate you, and I hate Nick, and I hate everybody. I hate everything.
Neither of them are perfect, though. They both have their issues.
I think they're perfect in their own way.
Ginga has pitch issues consistently. Phoebe has the problem with showing versatility consistently.
And that's the problem, which is which is harder.
But we are trying to find the best artist, right? And Phoebe is
and not
showing
all artists,
consistently.
Not all artists are perfect. Not all artists are going to be pitch perfect every single. If you go to a live performance where they're not lip syncing, you're going to hear even some of the greatest artists like Sarah Brightman, or some sometimes be pitchy. They're going to sometimes go a little sharp. They're going to sometimes go a little flat. As long as we're getting the emotion, we're getting the basic quality. If we're getting down to like the literal, where we're just saying, oh, you went flat one time, so you're out of the competition, then I think maybe we're taking it too far.
But it's not one time, it's 3 times.
These aren't live performances either. You can go back and listen and get feedback.
I know, but at the same time, I don't think she was as pitchy, they were as pitchy as it's being portrayed, in my opinion. But
I think that pitch issues are less forgivable in a competition that's not live. Not showing versatility, though, that is something that you really need to think about. I mean, you have to show who you want to be as an artist, but at the same time, also show that you have that versatility. But then how much is too much? Because Nathaniel lost last season, even though he was the most versatile. So where do you stand on that, Andrea? Because I'm now feeling that I don't know where you stand on that, because I'm hearing mixed messages.
I was the one who, like, I originally had voted for Nathaniel, so
yeah,
I was the one who was
Heather.
on, because, well, one thing, it was because it was going to be a long argument like this was, and also because Heather showed growth. She showed versatility. She showed growth. She was showing that emotion. Nathaniel had versatility straight along. Nathaniel had a great voice straight along, but it wasn't that Heather had no versatility, that she was just a one-trick pony the whole entire time. We're not talking, this is kind of like apples to oranges. The whole Heather versus Nathaniel argument's apples to oranges. Because they both had versatility, in my opinion. It's just one showed growth and then gave us a really amazing performance. Whereas here, we're talking about someone who's got versatility and maybe has like a note that might get a little pitchy, versus someone who's got a consistently good performance vocally, but it's the same song over and over and over, and it just sounds like the same run-on song. It's like literally like it's a J-pop song, and then it starts and it's like, oh, it's the same song, it's just the continuation, and then, oh, it's the same song, it's just a continuation. Oh, it's the same song, it's a continuation. So that the situation with Nathaniel is not the same situation, because we have two people that one had growth and versatility, the other one was just versatile, had a great voice, and that was kind of a battle in that way. But this is one where it's someone has versatility versus somebody who's got literally one genre and can't seem to escape that one genre. So I don't think that those two situations are really variable here. I don't think that you could say, well, Nathaniel showed versatility and you voted him out, because Heather showed versatility too. This is a different situation where we have one style carrying over into every genre versus somebody who's got an ability to adapt and to show themselves in each song that they do, but like they're putting themselves into the song and they're making the song their own, but they're also trying to also still be in that genre, instead of just making it like, well, okay, now it's musical theater, how can I turn it J-poppy? Well, now it's rock and roll, how can I make it more J-poppy? Well, now it's a different language, how can I make it more J-poppy? I don't see this situation as being anything similar to the Nathaniel Heather situation for me.
Yeah, okay, I can kind of see that actually, but where do you draw the line? Where is it versatility and where is it losing yourself in each genre, where it becomes a problem?
I don't think you have to lose yourself. Like I said, Ginga was able to take themselves and put their personality into each song that they do. I mean, every song that they do is Ginga, but yet still adapts to the feel and the style of the genre. Whereas we have Phoebe, who says, I do J, and she does it remarkably well. I mean, like I said, this is the most gorgeous voice I've ever heard, but it's more like she's trying to adapt the genre to her style, instead of saying, hey, I'm going to put myself into this song,
okay.
But
instead of
I'm going
adapting
to,
her voice to the
and
genre.
to adapting her voice, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be, well, if I'm not sounding like a J-pop singer, then I'm not being true to myself. Lil Nas, for God's sake, he's a rapper and he did a country song. I mean, you can still be you, but still show versatility. So to say, hey, I'm still me, but I can vocally do this, and this is one of those difficult situations where I just don't want anybody to go, because I don't feel like it's fair for anybody to go. But if we can't just say, hey, 2 people never submitted, those are 2 people who are now gone, so we're not going to choose anybody this round. If we're not going to go that route, and I had to pick, the only thing I can think of is who is going to give us a great performance the next round. And I just worry that the next round we're going to be hearing Phoebe sing a J-poppy version of a musical ballad, and it's going to be the same sound. round. I don't know if I can get rid of Ginga knowing that they have the quality and the adaptability and the artistic style to put themselves in any genre without losing themselves, but still be able to adapt and show versatility. I just don't know if I can do it. So...
Well, I fear that Ginga is going to be pitchy again in the next round. And since it's getting down to nitpicky issues, how lenient can we be with that? Because this is the third time of the 3 rounds that Ginga has been pitchy.
But then let's put it this way. What would be easier to say, hey, Ginga, you gotta stop the pitchiness and give us a full quality performance, or saying, hey, Phoebe, you gotta stop with the J-pop. You gotta come outside of your box and try to show us that you're versatile. I think that if we put her in a genre that she's not comfortable in, I don't know if we're setting her up to fail by saying we want something a little different, because that's not easy to like be who you are as an artist and to put yourself in a genre and to say, hey, I'm gonna own this genre, I'm gonna make it mine, but I'm gonna show that I have versatility, is a lot harder than saying watch your damn pitch. And so I don't know, like, who are we setting up to fail versus who goes through, you know, if we did it that way.
Yeah, okay, I would like to hear Nick's thoughts on that before I...
Yeah, poor Nick is sitting there like, I'm out of this,
decision.
I'm out of... Okay, yeah, enough of us fighting.
Okay, so Nick, your thoughts on Phoebe versus Ginga.
Yeah, I've just been kind of sitting here digesting this all.
Unless you want to put forward an argument for why we should eliminate Scott.
I'm just looking at it on a round-to-round basis.
Yeah.
I'm not really trying to think about eliminations based on how well they will perform during the next round, because...
No, that's fair.
For example, let's use Ginga as an example. Or let's use Phoebe as an example. Say Phoebe performed amazingly during every single round, and then the semifinal, Phoebe just drops the ball. I'm pretty damn certain that Phoebe would be able to nail whatever song she chose in the finale, but because she dropped the ball in the semifinal, that would be why she's getting eliminated. I don't like the idea of choosing your elimination based on how well you think they're going to perform in the next round, because they might not make it there. So I don't like to think about that. Based on what I heard this round, I heard Phoebe completely nail the song choice. I didn't really hear any pitch issues. Ginga, very similar, great performance, great song choice, great delivery, but I just heard a little bit of pitchiness in their voice, and that's why I believe that they're part of the bottom 2. But my real choice for who I believe should be eliminated is Scott, despite how well Scott's performed in this competition so far, and despite what your thoughts are on it, Petri, with how much you enjoyed his Rammstein. I think that this was a really, really poor choice for a singing competition. There wasn't really that much singing in this song. A lot of it was mostly spoken, and then just kind of this kind of delivery, which isn't something that I consider very difficult to do.
And I agree with you that we shouldn't necessarily take what we think they're gonna do next round into consideration, because it is a round by round basis competition for the most part.
Yeah, but at the same time, if they're showing a precedent.
That's why I voted out Ginga, because Phoebe did better than Ginga this round, in my opinion. Because Phoebe was pretty much flawless, and Ginga wasn't, even though that was really great too. I mean, Ginga had
don't agree.
Amazing emotion and everything.
We have the few songs that set the precedent in earlier episodes, and so we know what the precedent is going to be, and you can't help but think of moving forward. Like when we get to the end and there's literally no other choices, that's one thing, but when you still have like 5 people right now, or 6 people?
5, if Iris and Sam don't submit.
We have 5 people that nobody wants to get rid of anybody. Let's just put it out there that nobody deserves to go home, because I loved every performance, and I just don't want to see anybody go. But if we have to see in this point, you know, when there's not like, you know, just like 1 or 2 people to pick from, when we still have this list of people to pick from and none of them really deserve to go home, then sometimes your mind does go to, okay, moving forward, you know, where are we going to get a great performance? And I think we could get a great performance from all of them, but at the same time, I just think Phoebe's kind of hit a brick wall with the J-pop, and I just don't think we're going to see any growth from there. I mean, I would love for her to prove me wrong. I just don't see sending Ginga over Phoebe.
Okay, but guys, how about Aria then? Because to me, even though she has shown variety in her singing, it's still this kind of try-hard quality from round 1. We both picked out how she was a bit, that word that I didn't know, I don't remember it. Yeah, but anyway.
Campy. I said campy, I think it was.
Yes, campy. Because I didn't feel the real emotion from that. And then we go over to this round, and it's very beautiful. But if you didn't have any strong opinion on Arya, then maybe she would be a better choice than Ginga, Phoebe,
gotcha.
or
See, yeah,
Scott.
well, here's the thing. Like, I actually was gonna put Arya down. That was going to be one of my choices. But again, when I was thinking of versatility, and when I'm thinking vocally, I think that Arya showed us a little versatility. I mean, I said campy in that, and that wasn't Arya. It was the song. It was the composition. That it was the way the song was from Glee. I mean, that's how I didn't know that it was from Glee. I didn't know that it was composed that way because of Glee. So that's why I thought it was campy. It wasn't her vocals. It was the way it was arranged. It was the composition. But I think she brings us versatility, and she brings us quality, and she brings us emotion. That's why I had a hard time. I didn't want to do two because I only had the one that in my mind that I could just somehow argue away. It's really hard to argue for anybody else. I think the only other reason I put Scott as my second, only because of the fact that I do agree with Nick in the terms of I think it was a poor song choice, and I don't think it gave us enough singing, whereas I think he did the control, the versatility. I think what he did sing was really interesting. It was really good, and I like that, but at the same time, I do agree that maybe it didn't have enough singing. It wasn't the greatest song choice, but I guess I don't have strong opinions on Arya, like you said, other than the fact that I do feel she gave us versatility, and I do feel that she gave us emotion, and that she gave us a quality performance, and that it's not going to be the same old. But that said, rememberability. Does she give us rememberability?
Exactly.
I mean, is she just kind of like floating through versus because like I said, look how hard we're fighting for Phoebe and Ginga and Scott. And we're not really talking about Kelsey or an Arya on that level. Like, are they too safe to the point where are they memorable? Like, I think Kelsey had a redeeming week. I think this was a redeeming episode, so I take her off the table completely. But Arya, I would keep on the table just because I don't know if we have that strong of an opinion, and if that means that maybe she's skirting under the table too much and playing it too safe, that she's getting through because we're not really thinking about her in terms of passionate debate.
Yes, was the point I was trying to make earlier. I don't think any of us have had that strong of an opinion about her in these 3 rounds. So based on that, is she next top singer quality? Because like I was trying to say, in round 1, she was kind of campy to me. I know you took it back, Andrea, but I still heard that quality because it kind of sounded like it was too calculated, like I said. And then in this round, even though she has that classic opera tone, she did lose it at some point. Like I said, she did lose her tone. So that took me out of it, because then I was reminded that maybe she's not that trained after all. Yeah. Because if you lose it like that, are you really ready to take it to the next level?
What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, that's a very fair argument, because if Arya, for example, follows that route of not necessarily garnering negative or like a lot of negative or positive attention from us during the course of this competition, it's going to get to a point where if that doesn't change, Arya will be eliminated by someone who is completely on their game and blows us away, especially as we get towards the semifinal and the finale. Because
there's going to be a point in time where, like, if we're not thinking about her actively because we have so many passionate thoughts on the other performers, but there's going to come a time when it's just coming down to like 3 people, and you can't hide behind all the other people at that point. So I guess that's a consideration.
Right.
Because if I'm gonna be completely honest, I actually believe that Ginga, Scott, or Phoebe could win this competition, but just based on these 3 rounds, I haven't had that strong of an opinion on Arya. So maybe she should be on the shopping block if you are not against it.
It's so hard. It's hard. Like I said, I don't think anybody should be, but I mean, I guess it's a competition. You don't have a choice. There can be only one. So
I don't know. I think that if there's something that comes across as very jarring or something that we pick up on in a negative sense from a performance, I think that deserves more attention than getting on Arya or Kelsey for just squeezing by. I mean, I think it's important to keep...
I'm not getting on Kelsey.
Keep aware of that.
Yeah, no, Kelsey's off the table. We've already said that Kelsey redeemed herself for this round.
Okay. Arya then.
In fact, Kelsey was actually my second top pick, so...
True. I was just saying we spoke very little about them so far compared to the. Well, I guess we had none of them were really up for the chopping block except for Arya.
Yeah.
But I don't know if not exactly garnering strong attention one way or the other is reason enough to put someone up for elimination when we've had a few more noticeable issues from the other competitors. But that being said, if Arya I mean, I don't like to look ahead, but if Arya continues to just go unnoticed, it's going to hurt her, especially next round, and for damn sure in the finale, provided that she ends up there.
Well, I disagree with you there. I think that is a good reason to eliminate someone, because if you're not memorable, if you're not polarizing like Scott is this round, are you gonna be a star? I mean, because
that's fair.
Because that is a great hallmark of an artist, that they garner both negative and positive opinions. If you're not getting neither in a strong sense, are you really the standouts of the season?
Why is this so hard this season? I mean, we've never argued this much about, this is hard. This is really hard.
It is hard.
This is not fun. This is not. I hate this. I really do, because I don't want any of them to go.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
we're in such a weird scenario especially with the two competitors who have not submitted, and then without being able to take their performances into consideration, it's hard to tell, like, would we have different choices?
See, and that's going to be the hard part. Like, what if they do submit and we say, okay, you don't get feedback because you're late, but now we take your performances into consideration? That's going to just screw up all of our voting anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
we don't know that at this point.
Yeah, because like, what if Iris does submit and then we say, okay, Arya's going to go, or Ginga's going to go, or Phoebe's going to go, and then Iris submits and it's just not anywhere near on par of where it should be, and then
she goes instead.
Yeah, but then we don't have any of that. Then we have all of this arguing for nothing.
Yeah,
that's what makes it bad. I don't know.
But
I don't know.
We have to do it as if they're not going to be in it, because we have to proceed. Because this was the only day we were going to be able to record until way late into next week. And we can't wait for the contestants that are late.
I don't think it's fair to.
What is our ultimate goal then? Because we really can't make a decision anyway until we know whether or not they're going to submit.
Yes, we can. We can make a preliminary decision. And if Sam or Iris don't submit, or if they do submit and aren't one of the worst, then we're going to stick to this that we decide today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth also taking into consideration the fact that the submissions were submitted late. So, for example, let's use two. Like, say Arya and Ginga are up for the chopping block, and Sam submits, and Sam's performance is pretty good, but we're still a little iffy. I think some consideration should be given to the fact that Sam submitted late when determining, like, if we decided to kick out either Ginga or Sam. I think not being able to meet deadlines is something that we have to take into consideration, because if we're not hard about this, then we set up a precedence that you're not really gonna receive that much reprimanding if you submit late, when the majority of our competitors submitted on time.
No, because
when they could have used that time to rehash some things or go back over it. Whereas, like, I don't know the situations right now, so, like, I don't know what's going on with Sam and Iris, but Iris and Sam have had a little bit of extra time to fine tune their performances if they're going to be submitted.
Yes, but at the same time, we do have penalties. The penalty this time was missed feedback, but if they're late again, then there's obviously going to be bigger penalties unless they're just eliminated altogether. The penalties range from warning to missed feedback to shorter max length next round.
And let's just pretend, for the sake of this argument, we're already at a point in the competition where Iris and Sam have already been eliminated, and pretend they're not in this for now, and just pretend that who we have left is who we mean to have left, and one of them's got to go. So who is it going to be?
Yeah.
Because we're already coming on an hour and a half here, so...
Very true.
We had more people the last episode, and we were able to get it done in 48 minutes.
Yeah, it's all because of
Mark.
The voting clip.
Yeah, Mark. Let's eliminate them all.
Let's just get rid of them all and we're done.
Yeah.
Done. Okay, so who are we ultimately down to then?
Okay, Nick, were you convinced of any of our arguments, or are you still down with your choice?
Honestly, though I put Ginga Scott's definitely still staying in my bottom two, but as for the rest of them, I honestly kept bouncing between Ginga, Phoebe, and Arya, and I ultimately decided on Ginga due to the pitch issues. Like, I don't want to have a bottom two, I want to have a bottom one right now, because even though Ginga's there, I don't think that they deserve to to be eliminated. I don't think that Phoebe deserves it, or Aria deserves it, or Kelsey deserves it. Kelsey's not even part of consideration for putting in the bottom two, but it's just so difficult. But I think I have to keep Ginga there.
Okay.
But I am 100% on Scott.
I see now. I'm all for keeping Ginga, but I'm not on Scott though either. I don't see getting rid of Scott. Okay, as bad of a taste as it leaves in my mouth, I kind of side a little bit with Petri and Aria.
Okay.
Because like I said, I think she's got an absolutely gorgeous voice. She's very classically trained. I think she has given us a versatility, but at the same time, I think she's coming in under the radar where sometimes you forget that she's part of the argument at all. And I don't necessarily know if memorability is going to be an issue coming up. And as we get further on, the fact that we're going to have less and less people and she's going to need to make herself memorable and make herself someone that we want to fight for instead of forgetting that she's even in the mix. All of them were absolutely gorgeous vocally.
Yes.
I cannot argue for Ginga. I think they deserve to stay here. And I can't argue for Scott. I don't think that Scott really deserves to go home. I don't think Aria deserves to go home. I don't think Phoebe deserves to go home. But if we're coming down to it, memorability and versatility are kind of deal breakers for me if I have to choose. I'd rather hear a sour note than to not remember who sang.
Yes. And Andrea, you actually convinced me about Ginga. So that's why I'm on the Aria train now. Even though I don't think she deserves it either, but I mean, if we have to.
I don't think any of them do. Like I said, guys, when you listen to this, don't take this personally because we're not fighting against you. We just don't have a choice. It's a competition. Somebody has to go home. We think all of you were amazing. And that's why we're fighting so hard because this is one of the hardest decisions. Like I literally, this is the most stressed out I think I've ever felt in my life. So, I mean, literally, I'm stressed out about this because I don't want to see.
Oh, the finale is going to be rough.
I know. I don't want to see anybody go home. So guys, it's not about you. It's just about we have to do our job. So
100%, 100%. I don't hate you, Scott, for the record. I know I'm really on Scott this round. In all honesty, Scott is one of my favorite performers for this competition. But I'm still where I am. But if you guys are kind of where you're at with Aria, I think then we have our potential,
depending on what happens with Iris and Sam.
Well, I think then at that point we should reiterate who our bottom two are and then see where the patterns are. Like see if there's anything that lines up.
Yeah.
Because then there's three of us, so we do have majority rule.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can, like I said, this is our tentative bottom, depending on what happens with Sam and Iris. And
right.
Unless you want to use your star on Aria, Nick.
Unless somebody wants to use their star, yes. Yeah. I can't because I already used my star and I'm glad I did. I kind of hope somebody does use their star this round because I just don't think anybody deserves to go home, but it is what it is.
So who are we putting in the bottom with Aria? Personally, I think Phoebe needs to be warned about her versatility because next round really is her last chance as far as I'm concerned.
And so my fear is there are songs that she can turn into a J-pop song in musical theater and it just worries me. So I'm still sticking with Phoebe. Me personally, I'm still sticking with Phoebe.
Yeah. So how about Aria and the Phoebe in the bottom two with Aria going?
Nick?
I mean, I will concede on Aria.
Yeah.
But I will not concede on Scott. So I will change mine to Aria and Scott because I think that you guys both made some really good arguments in terms of Aria.
And I can't I can't go to Scott, so I'm sticking with Phoebe.
Me neither.
Okay, so then
Andrea and I agree on Aria, and we also agree on Scott that he shouldn't be in the bottom. So
okay,
but
so
then
I
again,
think
it's really complicated this round.
It is. They made it too hard.
Yeah.
I think the consensus then at that point is in terms of who the majority of votes are going for. We have 3 votes for Aria and 2 votes for Phoebe at that point. So I think then our tentative bottom 2 are Aria and Phoebe, with Aria being eliminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless somebody uses their star.
Unless Petri or I use one of our stars, yes.
Yeah, because I was convinced about Ginga, so I don't think it's necessary to put Ginga in the bottom then. And since Phoebe is kind of on the warning due to the versatility diversity, which is an important part of the competition, then I think she deserves to be in the bottom with Arya.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, God.
do we have our decision?
I
For me,
believe
yes.
so.
1.5 hours. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll
we'll
try
stop
to.
here.
I'll go through my recordings and I'll
Okay,
fix
who's
what
gonna?
I can.
Do you got the outro, Nick?
I didn't write one, but I can probably do one.
In
Okay.
French.
In French. Un français.
Okay. All right.
Ooh la la. Okay, I'm recording.
Are you recording, Nick?
It's on. I am recording though.
Did you do that last time because it sounded different, but it sounded better?
No,
so-
whenever I record voiceover, I always use the same project file.
Okay.
So sometimes after I record voiceover for something specific, I apply a little bit of effects on my voice. So then I just save up, and when I open it back up, I just have whatever I was working on previously.
Okay, so before we say anything else, let's sync. So, part 1.
Part 1.
Part 1.
Great. So I guess none of you are doing the intro, because you are...
I actually wrote something. I
Oh,
actually
okay.
See,
wrote an
there you
intro.
go. Nick's ready.
Okay, let's hear it then.
But before I do, just because we're doing foreign language, Andrea, do you speak any secondary languages by any chance?
I can speak a little conversational, like Japanese. I can count to 10 in a few different languages.
Yeah, but who can't?
Yeah, I mean, I could count to 10 in, I think, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, and English. So there you go. But I mean, I could say, like, let's see, I'm rusty because I haven't talked it in a long time, but like, konnichiwa, Andrea desu, let's see, yoroshiku onegaishimasu, o genki desu ka, just conversational kind of stuff. Nothing that I could do an introduction with.
Okay, if I was going to do the introduction, I was going to say Välkomna till utländska språkronden, which means welcome to the foreign language round. So,
Ooh, that's fun.
So then why
okay,
don't you do the
let's-
introduction?
what?
Why don't you do the introduction and he does the outro? Because, I mean,
No, I
it's
want
a
to hear
foreign languge
Nick's
round.
intro.
I
Does he
wrote
got
a little
something
something, and
foreign languagey?
if you guys
Oh,
don't
okay,
like
okay.
it, then we can do something else. Yeah. All right, here it goes. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the judging portion of the foreign language round. After Mark had joined us last week and practically brought this competition to the ground, portion in French, Petri will be doing it in...
Because I don't have that many notes, because I think everyone did exceptionally well this round.
Can anybody hear that lawnmower besides me?
Yes, I could hear it
Okay,
just now.
I'm sorry. The lawnmower is... The guy just mowed not that long ago, and his mower, I swear it's a tank that has a lawnmower attached to it, because I've never heard one this loud before. And it's not even in my yard. That's how loud it is, so... All right.
You're going to have
Okay,
to
sorry about that. I just
scream.
wanted to see if anybody else heard it.
You're going to have to outpower it with your voice.
Yeah. Okay, and what you were saying about Phoebe then?
Hang on, I heard something weird in Nick's recording. What happened?
What?
Okay. Do we
Uh-oh.
need to resync?
Okay.
Okay, let's do that. So stop and save. Wait,
And,
hang on, Andrea. Nick, can you hear us at least? Can you write that in the chat if you do? Because I still think he should hear us.
Oh, yeah. Wait, I can...
And now I can hear myself.
He's coming back.
I have a feeling this is going to be tough to edit. Damn it.
I
I'm
am
recording
recording. Okay.
Okay. Part 3.
Part 3.
Part 3.
All right.
Hopefully the gossip is about fun stuff.
So we missed a lot of fun stuff there, didn't we?
I guess
But
so.
I wasn't gonna post that anyway.
Yeah, no, that wasn't something that could be posted.
No.
Oh, you'll have to fill me in later.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the
When the
recording.
mics are off, when we don't have a hot
Sure.
mic, then yes. Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. No, anyway.
I turned down the input gain, so hopefully that rectifies it. Maybe I was putting a little bit too much of my raw vocal power into
Yeah.
Yeah.
the audio interface.
Okay.
Your manly voice. Too much manly voice.
Oh yeah, my manly high-pitched voice.
What are you talking about?
I'll just do the rest of the competition like this.
Ooh,
There you go.
sexy.
Yeah. Welcome to Next Top Singer 2020.
Oh, you sound like a trailer voice.
Oh my god.
In a world where...
You should do the trailer next time, if there is one.
Sure, I'll do it. I can do that voice for the trailer.
Yes. Okay, Andrea, restart
Okay.
on Scott, please. on
Well,
what on what I felt about this. But
see, my thing
when
is,
it comes down
I
to,
think it was
to
or sorry, keep going.
nitpicking. Oh no, Nick is writing again.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, are you
But
kidding
finish your
me?
thoughts on Arya. At least we got down to the end. He gave his thoughts on Arya, and we've all given our thoughts on Arya, so we're pretty much done with the deliberation part.
Yeah, with the feedback parts.
Yeah, the feedback part of so I mean, at least there's that.
Which part is it? It's part 4, right?
It's part 4.
Yeah,
Part 4.
Okay. We've never had this many parts, I think.
Nick is our problem child.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, we didn't get that on recording, but you're having issues with your audio interface, so hopefully...
That's my suspect, but I can't be 100% right now. Manufacturer of this interface, or maybe switch to a different audio workstation. I don't know. Honestly, I'm thinking about just switching to Audacity. Like, I don't lose my recording. It just I lose audio from you guys.
Yeah, so hopefully this is not hell to edit. Ugh,
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah, if this continues, I might have to just either get a new system or refrain from judging, because this is a pain in the butt.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No, I hope you can stay.
Oh, I would like to. I'm gonna have to do some investigating with this.
Anyway, should we get into the voting part?
Yeah, why don't we get into the voting just in case it goes out again? Okay, yeah, enough of us fighting.
But wait, maybe we should resync, because I heard it go out of sync there with yours, Nick. Or that sound again.
I tried my best. It did go out once. I tried to take that into consideration with timing wise. I think it should be okay. I mean, to be fair, I haven't really spoken this much haven't spoken much at all during this recording, so it probably would be okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's just keep it rolling then. Okay, and it's very beautiful, but what was I gonna say there? I don't have any notes here, so I'm kind of... No, okay. I don't know what I was gonna say. Wait, yes. No, I completely lost my train of thought. Can someone else jump in?
Let me just go with
you're
Arya.
arguing for Arya to be up for elimination, but but neither Andrea nor myself put them up, so I don't think we could fill in for you.
No, but if you didn't have any strong up till way late into next week, so...
Hello?
And we can't wait for the contestants.
Yeah?
Late.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to...
Can I call you back in 1 minute? I'm on another line. All right, I'll call you back. I'll call you back right after I'm done.
1 minute. That's that's bold.
That's ambitious.
I know. It's okay.
And
Hello?
this is so long already, but I think it's important.
Hello? Oh, okay. I'm back.
Say Arya, and I don't know.
Oh, well, the recording was 1.5 hours long, so it was time to stop it anyway. So, well, I did say goodbye. Well, okay. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Was that better?